Hi, I'm Jesse. This is New York one block at a time, and this is 18th Street. So this is 18th Street between 1st and 2nd Avenues. It's an ordinary residential block, upscale, in the Gramercy Park area. But there are two big highlights. So one of the highlights of this block are these three Italianate houses behind me. I've always thought they looked like New Orleans with the wrought iron balconies, sort of porches. They're absolutely beautiful. They're set back from the street with actual front lawns, which are a rarity here. And they're landmarked, preserved buildings, and they're just really beautiful. They were built in 1853 and were probably the first homes built on the block. There are lots of little treasures along here, but now let's move to the most important place on the block. It's our dry cleaners. Yeah, we live down the street, and these are the dry cleaners we use. That's not the Psychic that we use, though. The building next to the dry cleaners is pretty interesting, though. It has these stars on it, and I've always wondered what they are. They're actually called star anchors. They mark the end of this wrought iron bar called a tie rod that's inserted in the building to hold it up. You can see the walls are a little bit crooked, and they probably required this to hold the walls steady when they start to lean or buckle. They're common in the 19th century and not to be confused with barn stars. Across the street from the stars is an empty lot, which is a little bit of a shame that they knocked the building down. It wasn't that exemplary or notable, except for a really nice community mural, which you can see here from a photo from Google Maps. As we walk down the block, we see a whole strip here that looks really beautiful of different color homes, light green, tan, pink, white, all together. Really nice. So this building here I've always liked. It's this beautiful red and white brick. It's called the Hamilton, and that's all I know about it. But it's really nice. Really nice keystoned cornices, the ivy growing, this nice fence. It's just a great looking building. A couple of great examples of brownstones on the block as well. They're sort of row homes abundant throughout New York, especially Manhattan and Brooklyn. And the reddish brown stone is actually Jersey freestone from New Jersey. They're usually 3 or 4 stories tall, with the basement half a flight down from the street, so that up on the stairs is a stoop. Remember when I said there were two highlights of the street, one being those New Orleans-like houses, and this is the second one. It's a haunted house. It's not open to the public. It's not decorated just for Halloween. It just has these scary statues on it all year round for some reason. It must just be the decor that the owners like, but there are tons of these statues screaming out from the walls. There was history years ago of a particularly bloody Santa Claus holding a knife and a severed head at Christmas time that they displayed. This was like 10 years ago or something. It caused an uproar, which makes a lot of sense. Really crazy building. Now we've reached the end of the block, where 18th Street hits 2nd Avenue. And on the corner sits one of our favorite restaurants, Pasto, or Posto, we can never decide. Known for their ultra-thin crust pizza, they're actually a chain across the city, but what's weird is that each one has a different name. Vezzo, Gruppo, Spunto, Tappo, Bratto. I always start with their amazing cheese garlic bread, and here's my wife's spinach and goat cheese pizza. But what I recommend the most is very hard to find anywhere. Saranac root beer. It's the best soda I've ever tasted. So that's the end of our tour. This has been one block at a time. When you visit New York, make sure to stop by 18th Street.